Hi everyone, welcome to Sydney Social. This is Nim Golkar bringing you a very special episode. Today I have with me a very special guest, actor, director, and activist Prakash Belawadi. Welcome, Prakash.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on
I'm
the show.
so excited to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Now, I believe it's your sixth visit to Australia.
That's right.
That's something. So, what have been some fond memories of yours and recollections from your visits to Sydney?
It's it's of course the theater. I've done two plays here.
Mm.
With the play we're doing now, Counting and Cracking, for the Saturday matinee show that just happened was the 100th show for us.
Oh wow!
So we have now done 102 shows
Amazing.
for that play, and we'll do 8 more shows, 110 shows of that. And then I came and rehearsed for 11 weeks and 5 weeks of rehearsal and 5 weeks of performance, 41 shows of another play called The Jungle in the Sea.
Mm-hmm.
So this Counting and Cracking play has taken us many places. In 2019 we did for the Sydney Festival, we did about 25 shows. Then went to the Adelaide Festival. Then COVID came, so we couldn't do anything. Then in 2022 we went to Edinburgh Fringe, then Birmingham Festival. We did 28 shows now in Melbourne. We're going to finish 28 shows in Sydney. And in September, we'll do 20 shows in New York at Public Theatre. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's a really big deal.
It is, and it's
Yeah.
taken Australia by storm. The play, from every reviews that I've read and heard, it's doing
Yeah,
an amazing
it
job.
won 8 Helpman Awards in the first time it played.
How awesome!
And yeah, I won an award too. So,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is
Yeah.
awesome. Well deserved indeed. Now, Prakash will take a step back and just go down memory lane. From mechanical engineering to theatre and film, what was it that inspired such a tremendous shift on your career path?
see, theatre is not a tremendous shift. Theatre is kind of, you know, an anchor relapse mode for me, because our house where I grew up was called Green Room.
Mm.
My father went to do makeup. As a hobby, he used to do makeup. He went to do makeup for my mother when she was in her intermediate. And in those days, they didn't allow girls and boys to mix on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Either it had to be all girl play or all boy play. Okay, and so my mother was doing a male role,
Right.
and my father was painting a mustache, and my mother said, "I want real hair." And my father, I believe, told her that, for some people, you once it's done, you begin to get hair. I believe my mother thought and said, "I never intend to marry. I intend to never marry, so it's okay."
Right.
And I think he fell for her. He kind of pursued her for 2 or 3 years and married her.
Wow.
So our house is called Green Room.
Right.
My mother, we're from a lower middle class family. My mother worked for ESI Corporation. When she worked till I got married.
Mm.
She was working, and my father spent a long time at TT Private Limited, the Prestige pressure cooker makers. He was in that company for a very long time. So we grew, from my father having a bike, and then a motorcycle, then a scooter, then a car, then a telephone. So
Wow.
yeah.
So it was almost pre-decided that this is where you would.
Theatre would always be there.
Yes.
There is no money in theatre. We spend money on theatre, doing plays.
Mm.
There is no money in theatre. There's money in theatre in Mumbai, maybe.
But
Even there, unless the actor is a movie star or something, you can't really get big crowds. But otherwise, it's very difficult. Certainly in Bangalore, anyone who says I'm doing professional theatre is kidding themselves. Because it's the nature of theatre is such, because you have to bring your body to the space every time you perform.
mm,
The audience have to bring their bodies to the space. And in Indian cities, especially Bangalore, just to commute
mm,
and get to a place is very difficult.
true.
So you need that great investment
Mm,
and passion for theatre to watch it. So you have to be really mad and crazy to do theatre. So we lose money.
yeah.
But I have I've always done theatre. There's been no year in my life, I think, that I've not done theatre.
That's amazing.
Except briefly, I think in 1998, I don't think I did any play. That just one year, because I was the chief of news service for Asian Age in Delhi. So I couldn't do theatre. But towards the end, I came here, and in the last 5 days of 98, I began to rehearse for Girish Kannar's The Fire in the Rain in English.
Awesome.
Yeah, I played Rebia.
Right.
So, but you must understand, this is the last thing I want to say. I'm a theatre person. I'm not necessarily an actor. I've done acting only in the last 10 or 12 years. Otherwise, I would act only because somebody didn't come. Somebody
Right.
didn't, the show has been fixed and somebody cannot come. Then I just step in and do the role. I've not actually actively pursued acting.
Okay.
But something happened in 2012 when Shudit Sarkar called me to act in Madras Cafe. And then, my life has changed after that. I've become an actor. I cannot deny now that I'm an actor. Yeah.
That actually segues into my next question, and you probably answered a part of it already. Was there a particular role of yours which helped you truly grow as an actor or taught you a lot about your craft? Is there anything that you recall?
More than anything else, I will say that for movie acting, I think I had a fairly good measure of what movie acting is, because I used to teach film courses to actors. And see, that's a very important thing that you must remember in cinema acting. Because you may do scene 3 and then scene 64 and then scene 81 in the same day. Then so there are two types of actors. There are many types of actors, but for what I want to say now, I'll differentiate in two types of actors. Actors who play character. They'll be good. They'll play character. And there are actors who play character in story. The difference is that that character is affected by the story. So what happens in scene 3 has an effect on the story, has an effect on the characters in the story. So if you're one of those characters, especially if you're some kind of a key character, then you must show that you got affected by the story. So you should have a graph in your head, on how to act different scenes. And it should be subtle. On screen, it will not be subtle, it will be very big. Because of the nature of cinema, you can magnify. So I think cinema I crack faster. But truth be told, this season, first time that I'm acting in, after we have done 62 shows or more of counting and cracking, this time when I'm acting in the play, for the first time, I'm becoming comfortable, in my position as an actor, because there was a friend of mine who very rudely told me, when you come on stage, it's evident that you're an uncomfortable actor. He said.
Okay.
And he didn't give up. He just kept at it for 2 hours. So, well, I'm the first one to admit that I'm uncomfortable. But he just kept at it, And then I told him, look, I'm a professional actor. He said, what do you mean professional? I mean, like for 200 days a year I act and I get paid. What is the definition of professional can be there? But he didn't agree. So, but the thing is, I have this discomfort. But for the first time, I'm feeling better. See, today I'll not be able to project my voice. If you see the play, you'll understand.
Yes.
It just, I really go with rage at, it's I think the last act, is people get shocked with how I talk. And I've shouted and spoken strongly, for these 56 shows.
Yes.
46 finished now.
Amazing.
And
I don't know
46
how
or
you do
48
it.
done. Now, but today when I go, see, I'm confident now that because I'm not well, because I cannot risk my voice, I'll bring I'll do it coldly. I'll use anger differently for just today and tomorrow. Maybe hopefully I'll recover
Yeah.
after that. Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, I know in the interest of time, you've got a very busy day ahead, and I really appreciate
No,
you
no busy day.
taking the
After
time.
you go, I'll just sleep for some time.
We're just going to do just some fun impromptu questions, and then we're going to wind up.
Yeah.
So, firstly, chai or coffee?
Coffee.
Coffee. And today you're having an espresso, and I'm having a flat white here in Sydney. What's the best coffee you've ever had in the entire universe?
Mysore filter coffee.
Mysore filter coffee. I think that I second that for sure. Are you a morning person or a night owl?
I'm a night person,
Okay.
but if I have work, no, say because he said that you're coming at 7:30 today.
Yes.
Yesterday I went and slept at 10, and that must be the maybe first time in the entire
Wow.
year.
Okay.
I never sleep early. I'm a night person, but
Yeah.
I have the adaptability to become a morning person on shooting days because
Yeah.
shooting begins at very early in the morning. So.
And lastly, on your Australian bucket list, you've been here 6 times. Is there anything else that you feel you still want to see and experience out here?
It's a very lucky country, and it's a very beautiful country. And earlier, I would feel that Indians who come and settle abroad, talented Indians like yourself, I would say that I would think that you're doing an injustice because India needs you. The best brains should not leave India, I would say. But in this kind of interconnected world, I think I don't mind that anymore. And one of my dreams now is to do 2 things. One is to bring my play, 8.5-hour play with 4 intervals, Parva. It's very famous in Marathi as well in translation.
Yes.
So I want to bring that to Australia in English.
How nice.
And the second thing is I want to come to Australia, cast and direct a play here.
Awesome. We
Yeah.
look forward. Any last words for our lovely audience here in Australia? Anything you'd like to share with them or tell them?
One of my requests, which I feel with some pain, I'll tell you, is that when the first round of plays happened at Sydney Festival, though I think there were 450 seats in the theatre at Town Hall, and before the show opened, 1 week before the show opened, all the tickets were sold out. And maybe in all, I saw 6 Indians over the 25 shows. Sai was one of them. I know that's how I became friends with him because somebody who came and saw, I went, sought him out and spoke to him. Because he came to another play, Jungle in the Sea, at a public media interaction. And he said he had seen this. I sought him out and spoke to him. I said, how did you hear of it? So what I'll tell you is that it's good that you will go and watch Shan or Sonu Nigam or Arijit Singh. This is important, because they're mass pullers and, they can... But it is not intellectual content. I know the word is terrible, intellectual word, but an emotional connect to your stories.
Yes.
You will not get unless you are able to tell your stories.
True.
Otherwise, you'll be second-class citizens in Australia. So I will say that you're economic migrants mainly, which is why you've come to Australia. But many of you here, I've visited many homes, have been here for 20 years, 25 years. And your children are Aussie, which is okay. But Aussie what? Huh? What is the Aussie immigrant story they can tell? See what Counting and Cracking, the Sri Lankan has done, is bring a Sri Lankan story into a mainstream, Aussie place.
Yes.
So I will say Indians, instead of dividing yourselves when you come abroad into, by language, by caste, by community, sub-community and so on, I think you should get a pan-Indian identity and you should be able to look at each other's work. It's a great opportunity when you come abroad.
Yeah.
to be able to talk to each other, which you don't need to in India.
Yes.
You're self-sufficient in your silos.
Yes.
But here, it is good that you come and talk to each other,
Yeah.
see each other's work, especially the performing arts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if possible, literature. You should be able to write your stories here.
Yes.
So I'm going to read your book. Thank you for that.
Oh, thank you.
But this is my thing,
Yes, and it's a very important message. In fact, my husband Ash, he's one of the founders of the South Asian Films, Art and Literature Festival.
I see.
So we would love to have you be part of it in one of the upcoming
Gladly,
events.
I'll come sometime, and we'll do this. We should do this well. If you do best of Indian cinema, let's say you decide to choose 30 films. Over a week you can do it easily.
Yes.
Or 5 days you can do it easily.
Yes.
Then you can get to watch like a Chitra Bharati. You can get to watch many great cinema films of India, and see this entertainment thing is good, but you can't just be consumers of art.
True.
See, what happens with theatre is that the audience informs the play also. They co-author the play in a sense, correct?
I love that. I haven't heard that before, but the audience co-authors it. Yes, so true.
See, I'll elaborate with one sentence again what I mean. There is something sacred about the theatre.
True.
It is sacred because, in the Natya Shastra, the legend is that, the rishis curse Bharata and his sons to become Shudras because they always have to perform with their body. He says, because you are Shramika, so you're a Shudra, So in theatre, because you have to bring your body to the stage, or theatre, or music, or dance, to bring your body to the stage, the Natya Shastra encompasses music, dance, and theatre.
Yes.
There is something sacred about it because the story maker and the story experience are in the same place at the same time, and the experience is created as an aesthetic
Yes.
to the person watching it. When you're crying, when the audience member is crying in a theater, the audience person is not pained. Why will they come and watch it again or recommend it to others? It is still Ananda, but it is an aesthetic. It's not pain that happens to you, but you understand what pain is. What other thing can be more beautiful,
That's amazing and so beautifully articulated. No, thank you so much. It has been an absolute treat chatting with you. I am so
Thank you.
excited to be sharing this with our wonderful audience. So
Thank
those
you.
of you out there who are lucky enough to have got a spot in the upcoming and sold out Counting and Cracking, you have a treat in store for you. So thank you so much again, Prakash, and I
Thanks.
hope you enjoy the rest of your stay in Australia.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye for now. See you.
Bye.